Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Corbin Stuckey at PixelTalk here. I want to wish you a happy Monday. And right now, I'm here to give you the scoop on what happened this weekend regarding movies and video games. Not anything really about video games, but mostly movie news. Nothing really happened on games, so I'm just going to be sticking to movie news for now. And I have quite a bit of news. So it seems that Robert Eggers, the guy who directed The Witch, this movie that came out in the beginning of the year, is going to be directing a remake of Nosferatu. This is something I totally agree with because even though I didn't really care for The Witch, it's one of those movies that I really appreciated. The Witch had this certain style to it where it was like a very old-fashioned movie. It reminded me of really old witch movies that came out in like the 70s and 80s, and it was so styled in this kind of 18th or 19th century, style. 19th century, my bad. And it was just really interesting seeing this Salem-style movie and just like how it wasn't really pertaining to a witch per se, but it was more about this family and just kind of like the family drama and the very slow pacing of the movie. And it's just the drama that really captivated you into this film. And I would like to see what he can do with Nosferatu. I think it would be very creepy. He's really good at creepy content. As far as it being like a Dracula remake, again, they're making another Dracula movie. That's kind of fine, really, because it's Nosferatu. I kind of differentiate Nosferatu from Dracula, even though Nosferatu is Dracula. It's one of those things that for some reason I differentiate. But regarding the director of The Witch directing this movie, I think that is a perfect choice, and I can't wait to see it. So on to the next news. It seems that the next X-Men movie is going to be regarding the Dark Phoenix saga, which is something I'm really interested in because I feel as though The Last Stand, the third X-Men movie, didn't really get it right, and I feel as though there were some things left out, and I really want to see a better interpretation of the Phoenix saga. And if you saw the ending of Apocalypse, without going into spoilers, it did seem like they were heading in that direction regarding the Phoenix and Jean Grey, and I think that would be a very interesting story. However, it's going to be really tough bringing this movie into place because the X-Men movie franchise is actually going downhill. I personally liked Apocalypse. I understood that there were some problems with it, but a lot of critics didn't particularly like Apocalypse. A lot of YouTubers didn't. And I feel as though after Logan could possibly be the last X-Men movie. I know that they're in talks of making a Deadpool 2, but it seems that Deadpool 2 is also kind of like in a mishap of like maybe going out of production. I hope not, but it seems that the X-Men franchise in Fox's hands is going downhill, and maybe you should give it back to Marvel. I don't know, like maybe that'd be really cool, but I would love to see an interpretation of the Dark Phoenix saga. I think that would be very interesting. I'd like to see the cast from Days of Future Past or Apocalypse come back, the 80s X-Men come into place, but if it comes to where they have to slightly reboot this franchise, if you're going to reboot it, give it back to Marvel, I feel. I don't know. But if you're not going to reboot it, then just bring back the Days of Future Past cast members, or Apocalypse cast members in this case. All right, so next set of Marvel news is they are pushing the Cloak and Dagger TV series to 2018, but for a good reason. They are rewriting it, and they got Joe Pukowski, the writer of Daredevil, to write this script. And even though it's being pushed to 2018, I feel as though it's going to be very beneficial that he is writing this. He did such an amazing job with Daredevil. And 2018 is actually going to be a pretty good year regarding Marvel because we have Infinity War coming out, and it's just going to be a really amazing year for Marvel. A whole bunch of different stuff is coming out that year. I think Black Panther is also coming out. And having another corner of the Marvel Universe introduced to us from a TV perspective, I think it's going to be very cool. Now, this show isn't going to be on Netflix. It's going to be on ABC, which I'm kind of hesitant about because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., even though, I enjoy Marvel and everything, but I will admit that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is my, less favorite thing about Marvel. They're actually doing what I've heard, they're doing a really good job with Ghost Rider in this new season. So I might have to get back on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. However, I am 4 seasons behind. But regarding Cloak and Dagger, I'm really glad that they got a new writer. Even though it's going to be on ABC and they might have to limit some of the dark tones of these characters, I'm very glad that they got the writer of Daredevil because that means that it'll have the same maybe tone and atmosphere of the Daredevil series, so that's really good. Good job, guys. Next set of news that we have is from J.A. Bayona. He is the director of the Jurassic World sequel, and he just came out and he said that the sequel not only be considered Jurassic World 2, but he also considers it Jurassic Park 5. Now, this is something I'm really iffy about because the reason why I really like Jurassic World is because it felt like a sequel sequel to Jurassic Park, but it also felt like it ignored Jurassic Park 2 and Jurassic Park 3, which I didn't really think were really good films. I really enjoyed the first one, and that's one of the many things that I really enjoyed about, Jurassic World, was because it felt like it was ignoring those two not so good films. So that's something that I really appreciated about Jurassic World. However, with Jurassic World 2, if it's going to be like Jurassic Park 5, does that mean you're taking Jurassic Park 2 and 3 into consideration? Are you going to reference those movies? Are you going to bring back some of the characters? One thing I will say though, if they are considering it Jurassic Park 5, they need to bring back Jeff Goldblum. I think that's what they're talking about. I think that's why they're calling it Jurassic Park 5, is because Jeff Goldblum was in Jurassic Park 2, and if they bring him back, I think that's why they're calling it Jurassic Park 5. We have no idea if he's going to be in the movie or not. Fingers crossed, I'm hoping that he's in the movie. Also, Ezra Miller came out and he expressed his feelings on the Flash movie losing a director. He's very sad about it, but he's very hopeful that the movie will be successful. He appreciates the amount of work every person is putting into the production of this movie. He feels as though the director put in a lot of work as well, and he feels as though that people who have been a part of this project and who are leaving, he believes this film would truly pay off in the end. And this isn't the exact quote that he said, I'm just kind of elaborating on what I've read, but overall, that's pretty much what he said. Also, guys, the Ghost in the Shell trailer came out yesterday, and I gave my opinion on the trailer. I did a reaction to it, so if you guys want to check out that trailer reaction, just go to the PixelTalk channel, and you will see that trailer reaction. So yes, guys, that was all the movie news I gathered from this weekend. No real gaming news, not anything really important, really, but once something comes up this week, I will let you know. It was just a bunch of movie news that came out. I'll scour the internet if I have to find anything interesting about gaming news, but at least I'm bringing you some gameplay and commentary. I mean, I feel as though that's compensating for something. So yes, guys, thank you so much. If you want to hear more movie news and gaming news in the future, just subscribe to my channel. I'm Corbin Stuckey, and this is Pixel Talk.